Hey guys, it's Christina and welcome to Wednesday. That means it's magazine day and we're going to run through all of the stories, but we have a very special guest here with us today. Real Housewives of Potomac star Ashley Darby.
Hi, I'm great guys. How are you doing today?
And of course our senior reporter Travis Cronin.
What's up?
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we have a lot to get to. We are talking all about Meghan Markle because we are just a few short days away from the royal wedding, which
So
I
exciting.
cannot believe.
Are you waking up early to watch it? You know it starts at like 4:30 in the morning on Saturday.
You know, I will be watching it, just not live.
Not live.
Okay,
Yeah.
there in spirit though. Yeah.
So we're going to talk all about that. We're going to talk all about Julia Roberts' marriage. We're going inside that. We have a lot of news on Nikki, Bella, and John Cena's split, which has become very, very public. So we'll get to that. We're talking about Nick Jonas. We have a lot to get to. But before we get to all of that, we have to talk about you.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
How's the season been going for you?
It's been very interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's the word I'd use to describe it. Certainly, we are much more vulnerable, I think, all of us this season. We are peeling back more layers of ourselves, delving much more into our personal lives, and I was going through a very transitional time with my mom and my marriage, and all of that is being shared with America, so.
Yeah. Has it been hard watching it back at all?
It's been really difficult, actually, but it's been therapeutic almost, because we were at that place, but now we're not anymore. So it's like we can look back on that and see how much progress we've made over the last few months.
Sure. And how are things with your mom?
They're good. We talked to her this morning. She was good. She's the best. Yeah, I love her. And her boyfriend got a job. So
Oh, hey.
yeah, that just happened the other day. It was a new development. Which, if you've been watching the show, you'll know it's a huge point of contention between all of us. And for the first time in 14 years, he is employed.
That's good. So have your views on him changed then?
I wouldn't go that far, but I will say that I'll give him a chance.
Okay.
I forgive him and all the things that have happened in the past, but I'll just never forget them.
How about your husband?
Oh, that's my babe. I talked to him on the car ride over. Yeah, I called to check in. I love that guy. And we had a lot of issues in our marriage, period. Because what happens in marriage is you just change.
Sure.
You really naturally change, and no one tells you that because you can't predict how much you'll change. You can't predict how much environmental factors will affect you as a person, which then affects your relationship. So Michael and I didn't know how to plan for that, and it happened. So now we're learning how to ebb and flow healthier.
Sure, yeah. And it's hard to do that with cameras in your face too. Yeah.
No one does tell you that. I've never heard that.
It's not just your marriage, it's your friendship. Like your friends will change, they'll evolve. You know, your work situation changes, your financial situation changes. Everything that affects you also affects those around you.
Yeah, definitely. And how is his relationship with your mom?
It's also getting
there.
Yeah. We're all trying, and no one's giving up on the process, which is what's most important to me. So we're all trying. We love each other.
Yeah.
They're very similar, very strong-willed people who care a lot about others, and when they see someone not doing what's good for them, they internalize it. So Michael sees my mom doing something that's not the best for her. He takes it personally, and then she gets upset because he doesn't talk to her. It's just like, you're both very sensitive. Let's just all come together and hug it out.
Just get along.
We hug it out all the time. We do.
Watching back this season so far, what surprised you the most?
This season, the most surprising thing would certainly have to be how forthcoming I was talking about my family situation. I didn't know that I would ever be comfortable divulging so much information that was very personal and very private. I found comfort and I found strength in realizing that a lot of people would be able to resonate with that, with my experience, and I have gotten an outpour of people who can relate to my situation, who feel inspired by watching my mom and I develop and our relationship grow. So I'm like, I get a lot of haters, and I get a lot of trolls, but when I see people who I'm actually helping, I'm like, you know what? It's worth it.
Yes, it's all worth it.
It's worth it.
Hello from Wanda and Donna and Francine and Patricia and Cheryl. Hi guys. Please send in your questions and your comments because we definitely still have a lot to get to. I was reading the other day that Monique called you a liar.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to that?
It was expected. I didn't really think that Monique would take well to me talking about a situation where I think she was portraying one thing. She wants to like have a facade of being this very strong person who nothing penetrates her. But the reality is, you're human, and if you're going through a traumatic situation like her miscarriage that she had and all the things she has going on in her life, just be upfront. We have a platform where we're connecting with millions of people. Don't keep up a charade, Bill. If you're really stressed out and you're drinking a little more than usual, it's okay to say that. And even to find solace in like admitting that to yourself and to everybody else.
Yeah.
Calling me a liar is really not the way to deal with your situation.
No, not at all. Was there any other drama between the girls that surprised you this season so far?
Yeah. I was a little surprised that Charisse and Candace didn't get along very well. Charisse is so sensitive and so nurturing and so loving that I was a little bit surprised when she didn't take to Candace and be more like motherly to her. It was like straight off the bat, Shaw came out to play. It was not Charisse, it was Shaw, her alter ego. You know, I was a little bit taken aback by that, but pleasantly surprised because I do like to see a little bit of a spicier side to Charisse sometimes.
Yes. Natalie says hello from Trinidad. Oh, I wish I was in
Well,
Trinidad.
Nice. It's from Trinidad last night. Kendall. Okay.
Very nice. And what is that one moment that you can't wait for viewers to see for the remainder of the season, or remainder of the series?
The trip. I heard the trip is fire, explosive.
Did you hear that?
I did.
Oh, well, I'll just say what Travis said. The trip.
The trip?
Yep.
Can you give us a little preview of what happens on the trip?
We get on a boat.
Okay.
We ride a boat, and there are a lot of waves.
Yeah. Maybe all of you get off that boat. We'll see what happens.
Yes, it'll be good.
Yes. All right. Well, we have a lot to get to in the magazine, and we'd love for you to help us out with it. So, of course, as we said, the royal wedding is just a couple days away. So break out your party attire because it's almost here, and your fascinators, because Meghan Markle is about to marry Prince Harry, as we said, and she continues to prove that she was and is a bit different. And it seems like her views and beliefs are rubbing off on her future husband, with royal expert Omid Scobie telling us that we will see Harry step up and that she's going to help him with causes close to both of their hearts. I like this.
I love it too, and I love Omid, who's our royal expert.
I know, he's great.
And I was talking to him, and he had such good insight about how they're like bringing each other up. Because Harry doesn't really have like too many royal responsibilities. He's never going to be king, so it's sort of like live your best life, boo. Like I don't care.
He really has the best deal. Let's
does.
be real.
He just gets to show up and like be
I know.
adored.
Did you see the Lifetime special?
I watched part of it.
I kind of want to.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
If it was any indication as to how Prince Harry is, if the movie had, or the show had any accuracy, he seemed very nurturing and very kind. So if that's the person that he actually is, it will become very natural to him for Meghan to, take on philanthropic work.
Sure, yeah. And that's kind of why they fell in love to begin with, is over all of their philanthropic work. And I mean, they've said that in the interviews together, and this is something that she really wants to use her platform for something that's good.
And he was saying that Kate is telling her, just be yourself, because if you're like fake and shady, like it's gonna come out, it's not gonna be good for you, you're gonna be like horrible inside, just do what you actually wanna do. And Harry's really in support of her too, and is like, get on every foundation you want, let's do this.
Yes, and he's also very protective of her, as you can see from this week with her father not going to the wedding. Like, this has been, for everybody that hasn't been, to be determined. So basically, he was caught staging photos for the paparazzi. He then said he had a heart attack. He then said he wasn't going to the wedding. Then he said he was, and now he's going under heart surgery, so we don't really know what the status is.
No.
That stresses me out because I've never met my dad. So if my dad all of a sudden heard that I was marrying somebody and he wanted to get his 15 minutes of fame, so all of a sudden he wanted to be dad of the year, oh no. That would not fly.
Yeah,
it's a tricky situation. She still wants him there, though. We heard from sources that she still wants him to come and walk down the aisle.
Dad there. Of course. It's really heartbreaking. So we don't know exactly who is going to walk her down the aisle yet. We're hearing that maybe her mom. I mean,
who just
who
got
knows?
there today.
Who just got there today. So I don't know.
Or maybe herself.
Maybe herself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if she actually walked herself down the aisle, which I think would be
She's
pretty great.
She's already been married before.
Yeah. I got this.
I got this. I've done that.
No big deal. But yeah, so they just also announced this morning the bridesmaids and the pages. So, of course, Princess Charlotte and Prince George will be in the wedding. Stephanie says the Lifetime movie was good. I loved it. She looked very much like Meghan.
She did. And she's British.
Yeah. No, she's not.
I thought the actress was British, but she spoke with an American accent.
No, she was in here last week. He's Scottish.
Oh, okay.
So he's,
okay. Got it. Cha-ching. Got it. Sorry.
But yeah, no, so we'll see what happens. It should be interesting. I'm excited to see what she's going to wear.
Me too.
I cannot wait.
Too.
I cannot wait for that.
I wonder if it's going to be white, her gown. You know, that would really break tradition.
Definitely
going to be away.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be away. And of course, we are going to be on full coverage mode all day long, starting at about 4:30 in the morning. So make sure you check out usmagazine.com for all of your wedding needs. Dorota says, can't wait for pics. I know, cannot wait. Same. I just wish it was a little later. But
Me too.
it's okay.
Me
All right. All right, let's move on to John Cena, because he has broken his silence about his breakup with Nikki Bella, telling the Today Show that he wants to get back together with her and start a family. And that is something that the couple often argued about. Now, while Nikki is taking some time for herself, a source does tell us that John is the love of her life and that she adores him. She actually just spoke out on the Today Show as well, responding to what John has said, and she said that he is an amazing man and that she is hopeful for their future. So.
And you just spoke with her too about that.
I'm speaking to her in about an hour, about 2 hours, yeah.
Can you guys fill me in as to why they broke up?
I don't know. I mean, in the couple episodes that I've seen of the Bellas already, they've always been arguing, or not arguing. She really wants to be a mom. He does not want to have kids at all. And, you know, she said that as she was going through the wedding process, that it felt very permanent and that this was a real thing, that she would never be able to become a mom. So I think that that's probably a big point of contention, yeah. And he didn't want to get married for a really long time either. And then he finally...
Wow, I can relate to that on so many levels. Michael, he's been toying with wanting to have kids with me, not wanting to have kids. So I'm glad that before they actually embarked on the marriage, she took the step back.
Yeah.
Because I think if you have that inkling that something's not right, if it feels off, you should listen to that intuition.
Yeah.
But so many times we still delve into a relationship, and then the consequences are like, oh damn, I should have thought about that differently.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
So I'm glad she took that time.
Stephanie says, I really hope John and Nikki get back together. My son Eric was so upset. We watched WWE and Total Divas and Bellas. I mean, this is a really, people have been so invested in their story because obviously they've been watching it on TV for so long, and they were planning this big wedding. They were supposed to get married on May 5th. And it's weird, like in the beginning of it, I won't spoil anything in the first couple episodes, you see that it's almost a bit of foreshadowing, because she's like, you know, I have until May 5th to back out of this. And like, it's like, well, okay, maybe she had hesitation from day one. So
I just wish he wanted to have kids.
I know.
They'd be so cute.
I know.
Well, he did say on the Today Show now that he said that he's ready to be a father to her baby. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
So hopefully they get back together by the time she gets here in 2 hours.
Right, exactly.
And they can break this story. They are back together.
Breaking news. Breaking news. I'm hopeful. I feel like they will get back together.
Me too.
I think so. Demi says, if it's meant to be, it will be. That is very true. All right, so let's move on to Julia Roberts, because she has been married to her husband, Danny Moder, for 16 years, and they still adore each other. So how do they keep their romance alive? Well, Pal tells us that they make time for each other, and despite the occasional ups and downs, have a really solid, loving marriage. I love this story because you don't really hear too much about their personal life at all.
That's why they're still together.
Right, exactly, exactly. Yeah. So Travis, what are we learning about their...
Well, what I love more about them is their house in Malibu is like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
They like take you inside their house. Their house is huge. It's like 9-10 bedrooms. It's gorgeous. They owned like 2 properties right next door to each other for a while, and he's so cute.
Yeah.
And I've seen them at events together. He always has his hand on her back. They look like a really loving, solid couple, and you can sort of tell that they're friends first.
Sure.
The way they interact with each other is they seem like friendly people who actually enjoy each other's company. Oh, look, he's cute.
Yeah.
He looks better in person. They look so cute.
I love that a source also tells us that Julia is like a soccer mom, is at all like the soccer games and the sports events and things like that, and that they're always showing PDA with each other. So they seem like a really solid, strong couple.
I think when you're in the spotlight like that, the key is having some sense of normalcy. You know, not always having a nanny, not always having a chef, but maintaining some sense of groundedness, and that keeps you connected too.
Yeah.
You know.
A couple rides in the minivan will get you sorted out right there.
Couple rides in the minivan.
All right, let's move on to our final story, and this is about a couple that may or may not get back together. So Nick Jonas wants to get back together with ex-girlfriend Olivia Culpo nearly 3 years after their split. An insider tells us that Nick has reached out via text trying to reconnect. So, Travis, what does Olivia think about all of this?
I mean, she seems to be a little receptive, but not eager to jump right back into all of this. She's like sort of open to it. She's obviously single, and that's why he reached back out. But they've already had their things. She'd gotten out of there. She'd lived her life. But she's not completely opposed to the idea.
Interesting, interesting.
That girl is a catch. much. I don't
she's
understand.
gorgeous, yeah.
And I follow her on Instagram, so we're best friends already, obviously. And I interact, I connect so much with her. She's so down to earth. When I watched her compete for Miss USA or Miss USA, she was so relatable.
Yeah.
And she's beautiful. I'm like, you know what, girl? If I had a little bit more hardware and a few more comments, we would be talking.
Totally. And she just broke up with her boyfriend, Danny Amendola, a couple months ago. And when she came in here, I asked her if she was dating yet, and she said that she's just dating herself. So she's taking her time to, you know.
She really is such a sweet person. She's so nice and really is down to earth and relatable and so cool.
Yeah.
I really like her.
And Nick Jonas is a catch too. Yeah. Sarah says, a question for Ashley. Are you close with any other housewives from other cities?
Yes. So I was actually at a party last night with
Sonia, Melissa.
Sonia.
Miss Phaedra Parks.
Sonia, Phaedra, Melissa. So basically, half the Dallas cast was there. Love those gals. I mean, their little southern twang is so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And Phaedra looked so hot in this gorgeous red number last night. Oh, to the gods. She's amazing. And she's been really nice and supportive too throughout the process. I met Phaedra before we even aired first season, and she gave me some advice about maintaining who you are and being true to yourself, because you will be tested time and time again. And she was not wrong.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that. And Teresa Giudice from New Jersey. We do shows together. Love her to pieces.
Yeah, that's great.
She's amazing.
Yeah, Laura says Nick needs to see her in person, not via text. True.
Ching ching.
True.
He might have seen those like sexy like thong pictures she had
sure.
on the Daily Mail and was like, where is she again? Re-follow.
Yeah. She's like, new phone, who this?
Exactly.
This is my publicist.
Yeah, seriously. Well, actually, thank you so much for stopping by and helping us run down all of these stories.
So much fun, guys.
Yes, welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
And make sure to watch The Real Housewives of Potomac Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. All right, bye guys.